to Hi Guys. So it's October of 2010. You know, Big Three in Miami is starting out. John Cena's fighting the Nexus. Undertaker came back to fight King for the World Heavyweight Championship, and AQ Rhodes is about to celebrate its second anniversary. So it's basically around the Arken Grove saga. Arken Grove saga is basically done, and it introduced the Shaman class as its rank 10 reputation class. So Shaman is 14 years old at this point. Ever since then, it's been used in terms of farming, soloing, whatnot. And yeah, you know, pretty nice class. Let's check it out. Now, let's get started with, how to obtain Shaman. So, how to get a Shaman? You have to slash join Arken Grove. Talk to this dude right here, Reyes. Go to a shop, class. You can also get Evolved Shaman as well. Shaman, they both require rank 10 Arken Grove. Now, Arken Grove rep isn't that bad. It's one of the more annoying reputations to grind, in my opinion, because you do have the daily quests that do give out, 2k plus rep, but those are daily quests. So it's like if you do want to grind Arken Grove rep, you do have to, I would recommend waiting until like a server rep boost to happen. But yeah, you know what, that you could buy it for free. Now let's talk about the class. Shamans are struck by an enemy in combat, more effective on crits, are struck by an enemy in combat. You see, and this is like, a description from 14 years ago. That's how classes were back then. Barely when we had rank 10 passives. I have the auto attack right here. Then we have Ancestor's Flame. 15 mana, 4-second cooldown, long range, 3 targets. Applies moderate damage up to 3 targets, and applies Scorch Spirit damage embraced by, Elemental Embrace. Then we have Hydrophobia. 15 mana, 4-second cooldown, long range, 3 targets. Deals moderate damage to 3 targets. If Scorch Spirit is active, the damage is doubled, and also applies a HLT for 6 seconds. Then we basically have our nuke, the Dry Lightning, 30 mana, 16-second cooldown, long range, 1 target, deals heavy damage to the target, damage increased by Elemental Embrace, rank 4 passives. Then we have the Elemental Embrace, 30 mana, 16-second cooldown, long range, 1 target, deals light damage to target, and applies Elemental Embrace, negating all target evasion and critical strike chance. This also makes the Shaman spells more powerful and gets stronger the more spells a Shaman casts against the target. And there's no rank 10 passive, because I think like back then, 2010, there was no such thing as rank 10 passives. So yeah, that's basically the class skills. What we can gather right here is just that one. It is a multi-target class, so you can use it for farming. It can negate critical and strike damage. And most of its damage is based off of the Elemental Embrace by what we gathered here so far. Now then, let's move on to the combos and enhancements. Here's the enhancements for Shaman. Now, we're packing Elysium because one of the main issues with Shaman is, it has major mana issues. So that's why we're packing Elysium. And for those who don't know, Elysium, triggers on 3rd skill, which is our Hydrophobia. It relieves mana, and gives us, a heal over time, while applying, up to, I think, 2250 magic damage as well. Wizard, because his class is a caster, no duh. Vainglory, now, can, swamp this out for, base wizard enhancements or Avarice. But, Vainglory is just there for, more DPS as well. And plus, like, yeah, we are losing healing intake, but, with Elysium giving us HP and the Hydrophobia, we'll be just fine. And Pneuma for, that, intellect. And obviously, 75% weapon. Now I got that out of the way. For your combo, you're going to want to do 5, 2, 4, 2, 3, 2 4 times, and then press your 4. Now, this class is actually quite good at soloing due to the fact with, Elemental Embrace, increasing its attacks, we're able to get, nukes such as you saw here with the heavy lightning, 46k. Let's just spam R2 and R3, get our Scorched Spirit. Elysium is, getting our mana back as well. See, not 40k this time, but, still good damage. Trigger Elysium again. And once our, Elemental Embrace is done, do it again. 2, 4. Up, we're gonna need mana back. Right here. Stack Elysium. And also we're just gonna stack the Scorched Spirit. Now that's one thing about, Shaman is that it has ever growing DPS, and we just hit an 80k right there to the dome. So yeah, in terms of soloing, Shaman is pretty good. It's a pretty good soloer with, paired up with Elemental Embrace and its ever-growing DPS. You can have like quick boss clears such as this. Now, let's move on to farming. Alright guys, so for your combo with farming, you're just going to want to do, spam 2 and 3. The reason why is just like, your nuke, it's only like a single target, plus it's just gonna, consume your mana. And Elemental Embrace is also a single targeting move, so I would just recommend, just spam 2 and 3. Elysium's got your back. The damage, ever-growing DPS is just like, you're gonna be hitting, enough anyways without, Embrace active. And yeah, should be good to go. Now, in terms of farming, this class is actually pretty good at farming. Like this class is maybe like, a great substitute if you don't have, any of the top tier farmers, like Legion Revenant, Dragon of Time, Arcana Invoker, Archmage, etc. Like this class may not be as good as them in terms of farming, but it's like up there, like nearly up there, due to the fact it can like hold its own, even with its, mana restrictions and like mana costs and whatnot. It's still pretty nice. Paired up with Elysium and whatnot. I mean, if you don't have Elysium, you can at least try to do like what, Wizard Mana Vamp or Lucky Mana Vamp, but that's pretty much it. Now you do have to wait until auto attack right here. We'll stop at the 2-minute mark. But yeah, it is pretty damn good when it comes to farming. That's like the only problem is, you have to wait until auto attack to really do something. But yeah, when you just spam 2 and 3, you literally, you could be just as fine. Don't use 4 and 5 as they will just consume your mana, and they are a single target only. Alright, 2 minutes have passed. We have gotten, wow, 80 kills in 2 minutes while using Shaman with just a 51% all weapon. Alright guys, that's basically been it when it comes to farming. In conclusion, Shaman is up there with being, with some of the top tier farmers in this game. Now then, let's move on to survivability. Alright guys, so in terms of survivability, this class can, do something. Nah. Yeah, while it can, negate, target evasion, critical strike chance, there are many bosses that can like one-shot, two-shot it. In terms of support, Shaman can only provide support through its Elemental Embrace, negating the target's evasion and critical strike chance. Now we got that out of the way. The pros of the class are, ever-growing DPS, and it's an excellent farmer. How his DPS grows over time, as you saw right there, 80k nukes and whatnot, 23k with the Scorching Spirit and the Hydrophobia. It's like, wow. And it's an excellent farmer because, as you saw in the farming portion of the video, it got 80 kills within 2 minutes, which is kind of like, that's the same amount of kills as like, some of the top tier farmers such as, Archmage, Revenant, Dragon of Time, etc. Now, the cons of the class are mana issues, because it's just like, even with Elysium, you're still going to be struggling with mana. So, keep that in mind. And yeah, I forgot one more pro. It's used in a Temple Shrine fight. So yeah, I'll probably add that on there. So yeah, for my final verdict, Shaman is one of the best reputation classes in the game, as it could provide, support with Elemental Embrace. It's an excellent farmer, and it could be a good DPS soloer at times. You know, and it's pretty much the most ageless class in the entire game. I highly recommend getting this class. Like, it could take you all the way to end game content. It's just that, for a class that, came out during AQW's second anniversary all the way back in 2010, to still be used in the year 2024, it's just like, it shows how great of a class it kind of is. I think really all it's missing is just that, hopefully, Elemental Embrace and the Dry Lightning could target more than one target, and it gets a rank 10 passive that, helps out with its mana issues, for the day that, let's say if it does get buffed one day. So yeah, guys, that's basically been the Shaman overview. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. And yeah, hi guys, out.